Hi guys, time for a new lesson. Today's lesson will be on completing the square, part 1. Okay, completing the square is a method in which we're going from standard form which remember is y equals ax squared plus bx plus c to vertex form. Which is y equals a x minus h squared plus k. Okay, before I start today's lesson, I'm going to give you an example. So let's look at this. Y equals x squared plus 4x. By looking at this, can you tell me if this is a perfect square or not? Maybe yes, maybe not. But why don't we just draw out the tiles and then we'll know for sure. Okay, so let's do x squared plus 4x. So 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x. Okay, so by now that we have drawn it and labeled it, can you tell me, is this a perfect square or not? It's not, because see, there is this missing space over here. So let's fill it up. Let's see how many tiles we need to fill it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we know that we're missing 4 tiles to make this a perfect square. And that's basically the lesson for today, completing the square. To make these equations a perfect square by completing it. So let's do a couple of examples. X squared plus 2x. What do you think we need? Well, why don't we draw it out? X squared plus 2x. 1x, 2x. So there is still a gap there. That means we need 1 squared. So, plus 1. And I know that drawing it or getting algebra tiles and arranging it takes a lot of time. So, I will tell you a trick. Did you notice a pattern between all of them? The pattern is that whenever you want to find the value, the c value, all you have to do is divide the b value by 2 and square that number. So if we divide 4 by 2, we get 2, and 2 squared equals 4. If we divide 2 by 2, we get 1, and 1 squared equals 1. So let's do another example, just so we know that this theory is right. Let's do x squared plus 6x. Okay, so what was our thing? Divide the b value by 2. So let's divide 6 by 2, which gives us 3. And 3 squared equals to 9. So let's write plus 9 here and use algebra tiles to make sure if our answer is right or not. Okay, so x squared plus 6x. So let's draw x squared plus 6x. So 1x, 2x, 3x, 4x, 5x, 6x. Okay, so that means we still have space. So let's fill it in with how many tiles we get. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, what do you know? Our theory was right. So now that we know how to find the c value, we know how to change it from standard form to vertex form. But when we're adding the c value to it, we're changing up the equation. So when it was first y equals to x squared plus 4x. But look at this. When we add plus 4 to it, aren't we changing up the whole equation? So remember, whenever you add to it, you also have to subtract to it. So when you're writing this out, so let's do x squared plus 6s. Let's do another example. So y equals x squared plus 6x. And then we knew the answer was plus 9. We also have to remember to write minus 9. And then remember that now that we know that it's supposed to be in this formula, we have to put it in the vertex form formula to correctly finish this up. So it'd be y equals to x squared plus, remember, we're dividing this into 2. So whatever the answer is, so whenever we divide b by 2, that's what the answer is going to be in the brackets. So 6 divided by 2 gives you 3. So x squared, x plus 3, I'm sorry, no squared, it's x plus 3 squared plus or minus 9. Remember, we're minusing 9 because we know that we don't want to change up the equation, but at the same time, we have to tell them that 9 is still there for the equation to be perfect. So let's do one more to properly know how to use this formula. Let's do y equals x squared plus 10x. Okay, so remember, you divide b by 2, which gives us 5, and 5 squared equals 25. So plus 25 minus 25. And when you're writing this into the vertex form formula, it's y equals x plus 5, because remember, the h value will always be the b value divided by 2, bracket minus 25. And there you go. All you need to know about quadratics part 1. I'm sorry, completing the square part 1. Thank you for watching.